Hey everyone, Karen Winter here from beatingchronicfatigue.com once again. Anyway, what I'd like to talk to you about today is allergies, more specifically food allergies. I remember growing up as a child, we sat there and watched dinner in the evening with Dad watching the news, and I was thinking this morning, gee, that was a lot of negativity while we were eating. Having to watch the news every night with Dad continuously saying to us, listen, 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 to keep us quiet so that he could watch the news. Talk about children being seen and not heard. Anyway, I had some realizations when my father came to visit me here in Australia about 7 or 8 years ago. He didn't like any of the food that I cooked him and served him. He didn't even like any of the food that I had in the house. In fact, we had to go supermarket shopping to buy all the food that he liked, which was boring things like white sugar, wheat Bix, black tea, white bread, and, some not very substantiating food. He didn't like quinoa and all sorts of other wholesome foods that I'd served up to him. But I was thinking about the food and the food allergies because when I first came to kinesiology, I had so many allergies I could fill about 5 of an exercise book. And I was thinking about, how come all those food allergies came about in my life? But then I look back at my childhood. I remember when we were living on the farm back in New Zealand, Dad would come in from milking the cows and Mum would serve dinner. And if Dad didn't like what he was served, he'd pick his plate up and throw it at Mum, and Mum would duck and the plate would smash holes in our dining room wall because of the amount of plates that got broken against it because Dad didn't like his food and he'd pick his plate up and throw it at Mum. So, it's a great way to grow up as a child. There was 5 of us sitting around the table eating our dinner while this was going on. It's like, well, no wonder I had so many food allergies. And then I was thinking also about pollen allergies. When I was working in Norway, I did lots and lots of work on people that had pollen allergies with remarkable results because they have such a short summer season. Pollen is only around for a short time of the year, but summer is their holiday time. In July, it's when they're on holiday. They go to the beach or they spend their time with a family, and that's when a lot of the emotional triggers are around. So a lot of the people I was working on were very surprised that it was a lot of emotional triggers from memories going back to summers with their family and holiday time when that were underneath the cause of their allergies. And they were even surprised when I cleared all the emotional stress around their allergies that they were actually able to go outside in the summer and be completely free of allergies, and they were so amazed to be allergy free. So, it's a very interesting connection between allergies and emotions, how our thoughts, feelings and emotions can create allergies in our life. And, I thought it was a really interesting experience when my father did come here to stay, how instinctively I had, or on some level of my being, I had obviously chosen not to eat the food that I grew up on. So it was a very interesting experience when my father was here because I realised I didn't eat any of the food that I was fed as a child by my family or by my parents. I just did not want to eat any of that sort of food, although I'm much more conscious of what I eat and I do eat way more healthy compared to most people because of my training and my knowledge now. But it was still interesting that on some level of my being, I had just chosen not to eat the food that I grew up with. Mum used to cook the vegetables to death. We were pretty malnourished. No wonder I never put on any weight as a child. No wonder I was always very thin. But, with all that sort of emotional stuff going on around the dinner table and the lunch table and the breakfast table as a child, no wonder I never put on weight. No wonder I'm so thin. No wonder I had so many food allergies. So it just goes to show, dinner time needs to be a happy time, a time where families sit together. I know a lot of families now, they don't have their meals together. Everybody just goes to the kitchen and help themselves. Dinner time should be a time when the family gets together, talk about their day, and a happy time so that you can digest your food with love and not have stress around your food when you're eating. But, it's interesting the impact on food and eating because I came to realise when I was doing a retreat in Bali just recently, food to me was just something you stuff down because you to stop yourself being hungry, and I'm always very hungry anyway. I seem to eat a lot of food. But I realised that, you know, when you eat, you need to sit there, take your time, digest it, appreciate the food, imagining all those vitamins and nutrients and minerals being absorbed by the cells in your body. And the more peaceful you are when you eat, and the more relaxed you are when you eat, the more you're going to nourish your body. So anyway, I just thought it was an interesting correlation to share about food and food allergies and some of the recollections I had of my childhood. So if you're suffering from allergies with food, or even from pollens or anything else, there's certainly lots of ways that these can be dealt with, and letting go of the emotional charge and the thoughts and the feelings behind what's going on with food is very important as well. Anyway, I'd love you to join my closed Facebook page, You Happy Healthy Ever After, and come along, learn some tips and techniques. I see a lot of you already are starting to feel better from using switching and energizing your kidneys and some of the information I've shared already. So please come along, join my Facebook page and learn a whole lot more on how you too can feel happy and healthy ever after, improve your energy levels, eliminate your food allergies, because yes, they can be eliminated. I don't have any food allergies anymore, thank goodness. So come join us and have a beautiful day. Bye for now.